Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of First Pitch. I'm your host, Braxton Wheeler. Joined with me always, head coach Ryan Brittle, and my co-host, Brandon Roberts. Hope everyone's
Does he really do anything?
He's got a couple good ones.
You know what? Since you say that, I'll start out with my first question today. How about that, Coach?
B-Rob's hard-hitting question.
There we go. So, Coach, our final 8 out of 9 games are conference this year, and we have a big, tough stretch coming up this rest of the season, actually. So, what do you think would be a good way to get us back on path into a winning streak in these last 8 out of 9 conference games at the end of the season?
Well, I think we did a little bit of that yesterday, but just as the season wears on, you kind of forget about things like sprinting to first base, making good turns, good base running stuff like not moving up on a ground ball that's in front of you when you're at second base, touching first base when you actually have to run down there. But those kinds of things, just to refocus and to let the team know that, we only have 10 games left. Mm-hmm. There's no need to save anything. Mm-hmm. If you got anything left in your tank, it's time to empty it. Mm-hmm. And also to remind, which I didn't talk about much yesterday, is that, all the work that we do in the off season, in the fall, and the work that we're doing in, as far as lifting weights twice a week during the season is supposed to help us separate ourselves from the rest of the teams that don't do that work at the end of the season. So this is the time that it needs to separate us. So hopefully we can get our arms back and healthy, and if we do that, get a finger back and healthy, which is on the way for B-Rob. But if we can get our arms back and healthy again and lined up and ready to go, then we got a good shot at making a run at this thing.
Yeah, like Coach said, we're not even playing our best baseball yet. We have all pieces, just we haven't had all our pieces missing at once, but they've been different pieces and in different times and stuff, and we're starting to hopefully see the light at the end of the tunnel there and get everybody back at the right time.
Yeah,
so
if you'd have told me that we'd be 19-11, 10-4 in the conference, and Colby Grissom and Noah Collins had pitched 33 innings heading into the last 9 games, I'd have told you it might have been crazy. But that's exactly what we've done, and Noah and Colby are on their way back, and so here we go. That's
right. All right, let's just get the past week, talk about that real quick. We went to Roanoke, and certainly anytime you play Roanoke, it's going to be a gritty game, tough game, and very interesting. Nathaniel Anthony, Tim Ortega, and Josh Greenway each had a pair of hits. It was good to see Greenway. It was his old team. He performed pretty well against them, and we had an early lead 6-3. But Coach, talk about Roanoke just a little bit here.
Like you said, Roanoke's always going to be tough, gritty. They're actually leading the conference right now. They started off the season slow, hitting way down in the 200s, kind of like we did last year. And but they got guys in their lineup that can hit, and their last 6 games they've had double-digit hits, at least more than 11 or 12 hits a game. So their bats are starting to heat up a little bit, and they've pitched it the best in our conference. They have the best ERA in the conference, so they can win. They have a shot at winning every game. And we went in there and made a couple of key mistakes, I thought, and kind of cost ourselves a game. We had a lead late in the game, 7-5 in the 7th inning, and we don't make a play, and we walk a couple guys.
Walked a little more than a couple.
Callahan walks the first 3 guys of the game on 13 pitches, which is where in the world did that come from?
You've never seen
but
that
anyway, so we walked 9 guys that day and gave up 14 hits and made 2 errors. And so to even be in the game and give ourselves a chance to win and had a lead going into the last 3 innings with our best guy on the mound was it was a frustrating day for sure. Yeah. But it happens. It's a conference game on the road, and you just kind of try and move on.
And we'll get another shot at them here soon as well.
Yeah, a couple weeks we got them again.
And, Coach, won't the ODAC tournament be at Salem?
So there's 2 rounds of the ODAC tournament. The first round is the top 8 teams. 1 plays 8, 2 plays 7, 3 and 6, and 4 and 5. And they play at the higher seed, home field. Higher seed.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, that's the first round. The 4 winners of that, best 2 out of 3, will go to the conference tournament. There'll be 4-team conference tournament at Salem at the Salem Red Sox Stadium, and then the winner of that will get the automatic qualifier to the regional.
That's right. Yeah, it's gonna be good. I think it's a good format.
The dates,
Really good format.
the first round is May the 4th, 5th, and then the second round's a week later, which would be the 13th and the 14th, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, what's crazy to think about, last year at this time, we were actually in LaGrange right now in the conference tournament, and it blows my mind thinking about
The only reason I know that is from Snapchat memories.
Yeah, that's we all saw that. But
I got a cool Facebook memory. You guys aren't on Facebook because that's like for old people. But
I mean, I got one, but
I flipping through Facebook, and actually Lucas Stevers had reposted a video of us running onto the field after we beat Averett, winning the USA South regular season.
Oh, yeah.
So that was a cool video to see.
Right.
2016.
Hey, we were part of it, I guess.
we were part of it.
Yeah.
So anyway, Coach, let's really quickly, Marymount this weekend, non-conference
Really
games,
quick.
and it was just
Really quick.
So what happened here is we were supposed to play in Colonial Heights, and the weather was definitely an issue. And we wake up, and we're supposed to go to I think we were supposed to be. You said we were going to leave the hotel. I believe it was at noon.
Yeah.
Noon. So we
Yeah.
get down to breakfast at 9. Everybody's like, "Hey, get ready, pack your stuff in 30, 40 minutes. We got to go to Washington D.C. to play a pair of games." And of course, we were a little confused, calling parents and stuff. And I don't like to blame games and performances and energy and stuff on stuff like that, but it certainly didn't help that day, and we definitely didn't play well. But
We certainly weren't ourselves
No.
that day. The best thing about the whole day is after the games, we drive down Constitution Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
We got to see the Capitol. We got to see the Washington Monument, the Lincoln Memorial. We got to see the Archives building. We got to see the White House.
The museums.
We got to see a whole bunch of stuff that most of these guys have never seen before in their whole life,
Mhm.
and may not ever have a chance again to see. Who knows? But it was pretty cool. And the Cherry Blossom Festival was going on in downtown Washington, D.C. this weekend, too. So there's tons of people there and lots of cool things to see.
we got in and out pretty well, too.
Yeah,
it was
wasn't
not bad at
That's all we need to say about the Marymount weekend.
That's it. Yeah, let's move on. All right. So let's. We were talking about Drew, and Drew against Roanoke wasn't necessarily himself, but yesterday, man threw 7 innings, didn't walk a single guy. I believe only got into 1 or 2 or a few just 3-ball counts, and he still, I don't think he had the best stuff as well, but he pitched 7 good innings for us and gave up some hits, but definitely only gave up 2 runs. I think he had 4 Ks and no walks.
It also helps when you get 19 hits.
Oh, certainly. There was 30 hits combined in that game, but we were able to win.
We struck the ball well. I was most proud of, certainly we got some pull side hits, but we got a bunch of RBI hits up the middle and backside line drives that were nice to see. And certainly Drew had a great day, and others had Jake got 4 hits, and Nate got 4 hits. And we got this guy. We got this guy in the bottom of our lineup. We took a pitcher and stuck him out at second base.
Yeah.
We got a 6'5", maybe the tallest second baseman in Division III baseball. And he got 2 hits yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
He made all the plays, and he got 2 hits. Like,
Made
who
a couple
is
nice
this guy?
plays too.
Connor,
We call him.
well.
He's a former Navy guy. He went to the Navy and
Yep.
decided to come to Ferrum College, and I've started calling him Squid.
Weird.
But anyway, Connor Dopp had a good day yesterday too.
He's been doing really well for us. He's very level-headed too, which is good. He doesn't seem like he overthinks much.
Going
and
in the
he's just-
Navy will do that. For
Oh
you.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. And Connor's a good guy. We all
yeah.
love the kid, so
Good.
he's doing a good job for us. And so this is our senior day, supposed to be on Saturday. So I was sitting there trying to think of a question or two, and I just want to ask Brandon. I guess he might ask me in return. It's kind of cliche, but what's your favorite memory over the 4 years here? And also I want to ask you, what is the biggest difference that you see in yourself since freshman year to senior year?
Well, we don't have enough time for all that.
Yeah.
But
I don't have any Kleenexes either, so y'all can't start crying.
All right, yes, sir. You neither. You either.
I'm the one that will start crying.
So honestly, I would have to say my freshman year when we won the ring. That showed me and opened my eyes and kind of made me into the person I have become today. I want to say, like, it motivated me to kind of want to go out and get one, because even though, yes, I won a ring and everything like that, I didn't do much to help the team out as much as I maybe would have liked to do. So, just that really motivated me to become the player I am today, I guess.
Okay.
So what would be your favorite thing in these past 4 years, Braxton?
I mean, I can't like look at one thing and say like, hey, that moment sticks out. Like, yeah, the conference championships and stuff was great, but we also, like, after that, I don't know, we could have done more that year too.
Yeah.
And then but
100%
as a
could've
whole,
done more.
like, it's just definitely like being being around the guys and like just developing and seeing just the way. I think biggest difference from freshman year to senior year is like your mental attitude towards it. When looking back when I was a freshman, or anybody's a freshman, it's like you seem like you're a baby kind of in a way, some guys at least. But I think about it when you hit your junior years when you make that big switch in your mind mentally. But yeah, I think it's just definitely being around the guys every single day, and the grind. A lot of people won't say that, but my favorite part of it was like you challenge yourself every day to be on time to everything, and to enjoy all the stuff in the off season. You have to actually enjoy that and love that, because if you don't, then you're not gonna make it 4 years.
You're the only one that enjoyed the running.
Yeah, you gotta enjoy running too. You gotta enjoy waking up for in August for
You
so
love
all of
the
it.
running part.
Yeah, I do love running for the most part. But yeah, I mean, I could go on all day about it, but it's just been fun and a pleasure. And the good thing is, though it's kind of coming to an end here, we still have this next month could be the most exciting month that we've had in the 4 years potentially. So, even though Senior Day Saturday, we still have a couple home games afterwards, so that we can just focus on winning the games and stuff this weekend if we play. And but yeah, that's what I'd have to say.
So Coach, I wanted to ask this question just to get your perspective on things. Because maybe I want to do this when I get older, or anybody else watching might want to do this. So if you had a chance to give advice to a person that's coming into Division III baseball as a head coach in the same exact position as you, but he's never coached any college baseball before, what would be the one thing that you would want to say to them that you really want them to know before they come in as a head coach?
Don't do it. The one thing that actually Coach Kent, one of our assistant coaches, told me before, a long time ago when I was an assistant at Radford, is that nothing that you do as an assistant coach, not much that you do as an assistant coach, will prepare you to be a head coach, because it's just different. But if you were a head coach coming into Division III baseball, you gotta. This is the main thing that you have to be able to do. That you have to know why you want to be a coach, and your why, in my opinion, has to be. It can't be for the wins. It has to be for the development of young men. If you're not doing it for that reason, it will eat you alive. Because what you deal with as a head coach are the young men. The relaxing part of the day for me is at practice and at games, because the rest of the day is involved in making sure you guys have food, making sure we have a meal, making sure the bus is going where it needs to go, making sure that guys are going to class, and the guys that aren't going to class, okay, we have to sit down and talk to them and find out why. Or this guy's got this issue, this guy's got this girlfriend that broke up with him, this guy's mom is not doing so good, or dad's not doing so good, or grandfather's passed away or in the hospital. I mean, that's literally what you deal with. And if you're in it for the wins, then all that stuff that you deal with during the day is going to eat you up, and you're not going to last very long. So you have to be in it for the young men in the program, the development of them. And you have to also, in my opinion, be involved in their families. You guys' families are at all the games. Mm-hmm. And if you're not willing to be able to talk to families and have them be a part of your program, then it's just not going to be as self-fulfilling as you would want it to be. Mm-hmm. So you can't obviously Division III baseball is not for the money. I mean, I could make a whole lot more money many other places. Yeah. It has to be for the young men, in my opinion.
And we can kind of vouch for that. I kind of want to say this in the right way, but there's been instances in our 4 years here where guys, maybe coach had to just they just weren't on the team or something anymore, but it might have hurt our win-loss record. But for the young man and that individual as a person, it was for the better, or sometimes when you discipline someone, you got to do it whether they're an amazing player or not. I mean, they got to be a good young man or whatnot to be able to be on the team and stuff and hold up to the standards and such. So that's all I have, I guess, this weekend.
Saturday, the weather for the weekend looks terrible. Friday's certainly bad. Sunday's bad. Saturday's a possibility. It's supposed to be scattered thunderstorms on Saturday. If at all possible, we will play Saturday at noon against Shenandoah at home. I can't imagine that it'll get moved, but I'm not saying it won't. I'm supposed to talk to Coach Anderson up at Shenandoah today and see what his feelings are. But we texted last night, and he wanted to play on Saturday. So keep your eye on the internet, our web page, and social media for any game changes that might be taking place this weekend. But we hope we can get a game, 2 games in on Saturday to get our senior day in, and we got a bunch of. We also got last thing, Versus Cancer. Our Versus Cancer Day is also on Saturday, and so if you haven't donated and you're wanting to donate, jump on one of the guys' pages, Versus Cancer page, and get in there and donate. We've raised over $1,000 for childhood cancer research and Carilion Children's Hospital. So let's push that up a few more notches.
Yeah, and if you want to donate, I believe I don't know if you follow the Ferrum Baseball Twitter page, but there's a retweet on there for one of, I think it's my profile, just because I made one. If you can just click on that link, and if you want to download or donate some money, you can do that way. And I think we've already raised over $1,000, if I saw correctly. That was a couple days ago, which is fantastic. So anyway, try to get on there and do what you can if anything helps. So that is all I got. Thank you guys. Come out and watch us play this weekend. Thanks. See you next week.